alone to masturbate while you cry, using your own tears as lubricant.
Okay, that was once, and I was drunk, and it was Valentine's Day.
Let's be honest, modern comedy movies just suck. The days of American Pie, Wedding Crashers, Ted, and the 4-Year-Old Virgin felt like they were gone forever. But that's all about to change, because the actors, writers, and directors behind these classics are finally making their return to the big screen. Buckle up, because I'm going to be breaking down 5 comedy movies that should finally break the comedy movie dry spell. Do you love Wedding Crashers? What about Van Wilder? Well, then you'll love to hear that the stars of both of these movies, in Vince Vaughn and Ryan Reynolds, are starring together in the upcoming R-rated and non-existing IP comedy titled Animal Friends. While the details of this film have largely been kept under wraps, and we shockingly don't even have a trailer yet, we do at least know that this will be a live-action animation hybrid. Jason Momoa, Eric Andre, and Aubrey Plaza will be rounding out the supporting cast. And nothing shouts actually funny comedy like Vince Vaughn's improv.
Are they talking enough? Am I interested? I'm not really interested. Should I play like I'm interested, but I'm not that interested?
Paired with Ryan Reynolds' killer on-screen presence.
It's perfect!
The movie is set to release theatrically on October 10th of this year. Remember Steve Stifler? You'll be seeing him make his return to the big screen soon. Well, Sean William Scott at least. And it wasn't just American Pie. We also loved him in Role Models, Dude, Where's My Car, and Road Trip, just to name a few.
Did you kill a cheetah?
The upcoming movie is called Bad Man and carries a vibe unlike any of his prior films or characters he's portrayed. The movie follows Wild Man State Cop, played by Scott, who is called into a small town to tackle their meth epidemic, but butts heads with a straight-laced deputy when they attempt to solve a murder. And Rob Riggle is also apparently co-starring in this movie, and that's a great sign because he's generally been pretty funny in any other movie he's done. There's unfortunately neither a trailer nor a set release date for this movie, but production wrapped last January, so I would expect news on both of those fronts any day now. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, as we will be getting an American Pie 5 at some point. But if you love Sean William Scott and 2000s-style comedy movies, then you'll want to check out the trailer to my recently premiered movie titled Hometown Summer, which I wrote, directed, and produced. And I will be dropping that trailer in the pinned comments along with the description. And do you miss the parody movie subgenre of comedy? You know, the likes of Airplane, the forever underrated superhero movie, and of course the iconic Scary Movie series? Well, what if I told you that the brilliant minds behind the original Scary Movie and Scary Movie 2 are coming back for the next installment in the Scary Movie series?
Nice! And Big Mama's house!
That's right. The Wayans brothers are making their return for the first time since 2001 to make the next installment in the Scary Movie series. The original 2 Scary Movies came at the very beginning of the 2000s comedy movie renaissance and helped to shape the greatest decade for comedy movies. Oh, and they're bringing back their original Scream Queens in Anna Faris and Regina Hall. And you know damn well Marlon and Sean would not agree to do this movie if they were not given complete creative freedom and control over the project. So this is sure to be the exact kind of unfiltered 2000 style comedy we've sorely been missing, and the perfect domino to fall for the inevitable comedy movie comeback. The movie is set for theatrical release June 16th, 2026. But there's another comedic genius making his return to the big screen. Did you really think Liam Neeson's legendary cameo in Ted 2 would be the only time that he and Seth MacFarlane would collaborate? Well, if so, you were wrong, because the creator of Family Guy is producing the Naked Gun reboot starring Neeson. And while he's not directing the movie per se, Seth MacFarlane has one of the best eyes for comedic talent in the industry and is still in the prime of his career. And if you don't believe that, just check out the recent Ted miniseries. The film serves as a sequel to 1994's Naked Gun 33 1/3, is directed by Akiva Schaffer of The Lonely Island, and follows the leader of the police squad on his pursuit to save the world. And this movie has had one hell of a run to even getting made. It was actually originally developed in 2013 with Ed Helms cast to play the lead, and David Zucker, the director of the original Naked Gun, passed on being a part of the project due to creative differences. Then, after 2 years of silence, Ed confirmed that the movie was still on, but this time the aforementioned Zucker was not only in, but he was the one writing the script. Flash forward 4 years, and now Seth MacFarlane is a part of the project. Helms and Zucker are out, and Neeson is now the star. The movie would subsequently get greenlit the following year and shot 2 years later. I don't know what the happened, but this movie should be used as a case example in a class taught on the bureaucratic nightmare that Hollywood is. This sort of thing actually happens all the time, and I think you would be surprised at how long it takes just for some movies to get made, and how far along so many movies actually get before not even getting made. But this movie thankfully did end up getting completed, and you can see it in theaters on August 1st this year. And Seth MacFarlane's sense of humor back in theaters is the exact sign of hope that we need for the genre. But this isn't even the biggest upcoming comedy. It really seemed like the Godfather of 2000s comedy was done forever, until his next movie just got greenlit. And who else do you think of when you think of the 2000s comedy movie renaissance? That's right, Judd Apatow, the genius behind Knocked Up, This Is 40, and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, hasn't sung his swan song yet and will be making a comeback. Universal Studios officially gave the go-ahead for his next feature, a comedy that is currently untitled but will be starring Glenn Powell. Glenn, you may know from the likes of Twisters, Anyone But You, and Top Gun Maverick, but my favorite work of his has always been the coming-of-age comedy, Everybody Wants Some. There's very little that we actually know about the movie, given it just got greenlit, but some things that we know for sure is that it'll be a non-existing IP movie, it'll be getting a theatrical release, and it's likely set to be released at some point next year. All of these, of course, are great things, and we really love to see it for the man who has not only fought so hard just for the genre, but also for its return to theaters. If there was just one thing that could point to a return to the glory days of comedy, it would be Judd Apatow getting back to work, and we're getting just that. And if you love these comedy movies as much as I do, you may be wondering how the hell did we even get to the spot that we're in with comedy movies? And it's not because of streaming, political correctness, or any other lies you've been told about the genre. And I take a deep dive into the exact reasons why and dispel those prior myths here.